welcome to the Flat Out Truth. It's me, Chelsey B Michael again. Oh, all right. Welcome in. We have a special guest for you today, Mark Hollander, who we asked us for a last minute request. So we're just getting all that ready to go. So thank you guys for your patience. It was a rush for me to get home today. What?
Why are you yelling?
Why am I yelling? I'm excited and I'm I'm excited. All right, so just as a short introduction, this is somebody Vikka Draziv has had on his documentary, Flatten the Curve, and he was another one that reached out to us and said he wanted to be a special guest on here, and so we obliged. Just a little background, and then of course he will be able to explain everything for you guys as well. He's from the New Orleans area, has 3 beautiful daughters and 3 grandsons. He was a football star in his earlier life, playing quarterback for the University of Southern Mississippi. He's been out of the Matrix since 2012 and is now an entrepreneur and enjoys girls fishing and of course his grandchildren. He's written 2 books, one of which is published. You can check it out on Amazon, which is called Flat Truth. Again, you can find it on Amazon under Mark Stephen Hollander. And again, he appears in Flatten the Curve, one of Vikka Draziv's documentaries. So, are you ready?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Without further ado, Paulino B Michael.
All right, thank you guys. Yeah, it was so hectic, and then we tried to get everything ready for the kids, and then it happened not to be running, so I had to go and do that. And then we have this other one that's trying to talk, and she's getting better at it, I think.
She is getting better. I hear some different noises. So
yes, sorry guys. I think she wants to be on the show early on in her life.
She hasn't seen me all day. She's a little.
Oh yeah, she has not. That's
she
true.
is not.
None of us have seen her all day. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
I'm gonna get you all set up before we go.
This is crazy.
She missed me.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Look at this. This one even scroll. There we go. Wow. Everything is weird. Okay. Anyway, now we're back to it. Hey, I'm Paulino B Michael. Welcome to the Flat Out Truth. And you already met my lovely clicker of all buttons, my wife Chelsey B Michael. She's doing a great job on that last minute fill-in.
I'm getting better, slowly but surely.
Very proud of her. And she's
thanks for the
probably
Harvey, guys.
Dodge out pretty soon. I'm trying to get this other thing up. So anyway, yeah. What are we at right now with taps?
We're probably already there. Yeah, we're at like 9.4. He's hanging out in the chat, so
okay.
He's ready to go when you are, and that'll give me a little time to placate our little missus.
Yeah, why is this there?
I think she's tired.
I think so too. I don't know how this got switched out to my other account.
Oh yeah.
Very irritating. Sorry guys. Last minute. All right. So anyway, yeah, because I use my phone to send it. Yeah, it's so funny. If everybody wants us to get pictures, the best thing to do is Messenger if you have Messenger, because then I don't have to transfer them or edit them to get them over. Just a little bit of extra information, but here we go. So yeah, I guess we can bring them on up. So you already read your spiel.
I did.
And then you can take care of the little one while we start.
So let me knock her out, and then we can do the slideshow.
But yeah, we can get to know them.
We got it.
And they're not used to the new time yet, neither. This is our new time now, so I don't even think the kids are used to it. Like Boo Boo's waiting for mom to get home.
Good evening, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Paulino and
Hey.
Chelsey.
How you doing? And the baby. Don't forget the baby. She's yelling, right?
Oh yeah, especially your beautiful baby. How many children do you guys have?
We have 3. 4, 2, and 4 months. That's the 4-month one right now. She's not used to our new time schedule for the show. And Chelsey just got home, so.
Yeah, you do a consistent schedule on TikTok. I'm just wondering, do you guys ever sleep?
I do not. Chelsey does not. Yeah, I'm averaging about 4 hours right now. Yeah, because I'm constantly editing, constantly doing things, and
Right.
yeah, and then now I don't want to make it about me, but Vikka, I'm going to be co-hosting Vikka's podcast now on Sundays.
Oh, yeah. And I think we have several of our guys. Mike Prestigiacomo, he was an ex-satellite engineer. He used to work on satellites for NASA. I think Martin Marietta out of New Orleans.
Wow.
And he actually made the trip out to Denver, Colorado with me, the Flat Earth Convention. That was years ago. And but hey, Mike, that's Randy Fisher. I think that's Rick Lotek and Mike Cassino. So we have a few guys that was recognized the fact that I was going to come on because I kind of really retired. Paulino and Chelsey from the Flat Earth scene the last few years. And when Vikka approached me, he says, Mark, I noticed he was on your show and he's going to be doing a Sunday telecast. Vikka is an amazing individual. He's got so much knowledge. He kind of reminds me of Rob Taylor, the ex-U.S. Army pilot. He was also in Flatten the Curve. Just too much. Sometimes I just like, where's your on and off switch, Rob? I like to turn you off for a little bit, you know? But it's just kind of overindulgence at the time, the last few years. And, you know, we were coming off of a YouTube channel, a radio station called Third Radio Live. I've had numerous, we actually had a rock and roll star from Zebra, Randy Jackson on. And it's not how big or how little you are, it's just how you communicate that message to people. And if you got that likability factor, and if you kind of grounded in Christ and kind of be humble and just treat people with love and respect. And you know, most of the time, the ones that give it back to you are the ones that you want to be around anyway, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So what happened in my, I just tell you, if you guys, know, I don't know if you have any pictures, Chelsey, I do apologize for putting that on you guys as far as a request, because it was just it's such an enlightening experience.
Oh, yeah, we totally understand.
The positive energy, but more, just the immense number of characters that were there, all shapes and sizes, all mannerisms, anything and everything you can think of at a convention, you had that in Denver, Colorado, you know. But before I get into that, if you guys, and thank you again for the invite, and I'm honored to be on, but you know, I might have a little case of nerves because I used to ham it up for years, and I kind of just got out of the circuit, and I said, you know what, I really don't care who believes what anymore. I don't care if you think the Earth is shaped like a, you know, like a unicorn or something, or a turtle or something. Doesn't matter. What matters to me is how you live your life each and every day. It's how you treat. It's how you take. What upsets you? What doesn't upset you? What's good for you? What's bad for you? What's enlightening? I try to walk in a positive light of energy. I can see negative people at a restaurant sitting at a table. You could just look in their eyes. The eyes are the windows of your souls anyway.
Right, correct.
You could feel negative energy, just like you could feel positive energy. You know, but I was my ascension to flat Earth was really it was tough. 2012. That's before. That's when Eric DeBay was coming out, and 200 proofs. Earth isn't a spinning ball, globe, whatever. I remember Christmas of 2013. My now ex-wife. We were married for 32 years.
Wow.
She gave me 200 proofs. Earth is not a spinning globe, spinning ball. And I couldn't believe it was underneath the Christmas tree at the time. But this is before flat Earth really. When people would talk to me, they thought I was, you know, mentally challenged or mocking me, ridiculing me. And at the time, you would get contemptuous with it. You would kind of, you know, you're gonna want to take people on. But now, in retrospect, looking back on what I did, it was crazy, because when you find the truth, it bites you right in the posterior. You can't get away from it. The more you look into it, you get mad at yourself, you get mad at everybody, then you want to go on top of Mount Everest and shout out to the world that, hey, the Earth is flat, this, that, and the other. So it was really bad. I got in a bar fight one time, just because of flat Earth.
Wow.
You know, a lot of craziness happened back then. It actually helped cause a dissolution of my marriage.
Wow.
That was one of the things that had happened. Mm-hmm. But you know, if I got to stand alone for the truth, I'm still going to do it. You know. Yeah. And but you know, the thing about the flat Earth is, this is the problem, in my humble opinion. of the flat earth movement as a whole. It's just that everybody, when you find, you don't have your redeemer, your savior, you don't have your creator that you can worship and pray to or meditate to each day. Everybody just talks about flat earth, flat earth, flat earth, flat earth. I mean, you've had people going to elementary schools giving out flat earth literature.
Yes.
I mean, come on, guys. That's absolutely ridiculous. You know? So what happened in 2012 was kind of, I was kind of back and forth on it. It took me a couple of years. Well, I suffered a bad car accident back in 15. Broke my neck in 2 places.
Wow.
3 herniated and 3 bulging discs in my back. And what happened, they fixed my neck. But I told them, hey, don't worry about my lower back right now because it's not bothering me. Well, this is 2015, right? Here we are in 2025. About 8 years later, back in 2023, I started getting really bad neuropathy because of my lower back.
Wow.
And I couldn't even put shoes on. I couldn't walk hardly. It was almost like I was a cripple. And just to make a long story, after we talk about this flat earth stuff, I will go back to this, just to preface this with, I healed myself. I became my own doctor 9 months ago. I healed my neuropathy. They wanted to install a spinal cord stimulator in my back. I'm sorry, in my front, about my hip. So when I drive a car, Paulino and Chelsey, I would have to turn myself on and off like a freaking robot.
Wow.
So guess what? I went back to my my best friend, my the one I pray to all the time.
Yes,
the
I
one
get
that
it.
helps me through difficult times.
Yes.
And I asked the Lord for answers. Well, the first answer was getting the book of Apothecary. And that the Amish use that. The Amish didn't even know COVID existed. Whatever happened.
Yeah.
2020 existed. They didn't get sick. The TV box was the virus. You know what I mean? The idiot box, the people, these Masons that everybody seems to believe that run the world. But so that was. Okay, I'm sorry. I lost train of thought, guys. Get me back on. As far as the neuropathy, so
yes.
I got the book of Apothecary, and then to make a long story short, I got 4 foods. They classified superfoods: avocados, beets, cilantro, and garlic. Those 4 foods. And when I tell you every day for 2 months, I ate these foods, I might have put shrimp in it, chicken, lettuce, tomato, cucumber, broccoli, cauliflower. So all the the good stuff that's good for you. When I tell you food is your best medicine, I'm a living testimony of it. And that's what I want to get into, a little nutrition. You don't need a doctor. You are the doctor of yourself. Hippocrates, back in 465 BC, he died in 360 BC. He was a Greek philosopher and doctor. He says, if you're not your own doctor, then you're a fool. And so I took that advice. I prayed a lot. To make a long story short, I'm wearing shoes. I'm riding my bike 9 miles every few days. I'm not riding my bike, I'm sorry. I'm riding, I'm walking the lakefront, and my friend rides his bike. I just like to walk. I don't ride the bike, but we got Lake Pontchartrain, so I like to walk it. And but the biggest thing that came out of this is that my prostate's healed too. So food is your medicine. It's not going to the doctor. It's not pain medicines. It's not synthesizing the pain. It's that. All these psychotic drugs, I'm sorry, I don't even take aspirin. I haven't taken aspirin or Tylenol since 2014.
Wow.
So, and I'm 66 going on 16, So, but right. I do, I like to try to walk about 10 miles a week. I do it around the complex. I like to go to the lakefront, but just to be peaceful in my own little solitude, in my own little, because I couldn't believe my ascension in 9 months, going from not being able to walk to now walking, 10, 12 miles a week. And so anyway, so my ascension to flat earth, after I broke my neck, I missed 7 months of work, and my boss still paid me. I worked out in New Orleans area. You know, I had to go out in the city every day. And after I broke my neck, Paulino and Chelsey, I couldn't do anything. I would stay up all night. I'd have a neck brace. I had to stabilize my neck. It was tough. It was tough. I had the fusion. I had 2 spinal fusions. So I started watching Eric DeBay and all these truthers when it was just a novice at the time. And it just freaked me out because at the time I was writing a book about UFOs.
Wow, that's
alien races.
Yeah.
And it absolutely freaked me out to no end. Well, guess what? Universal Publishers sued me because I never gave them the final copy to the book after they kind of prepared my book. And they sued me for $10,000. They didn't win. They didn't pursue it, but I changed my whole thought pattern. My whole life turned upside down. Flat Earth this, flat Earth that. And it kind of got to a point where it made me sick, you know. I was overkill. I got a big mouth anyway. So anyway, I got to the point when we went to the Flat Earth Convention, and if you guys have any photos of it.
Yeah, so did you go, was it 19, right? Or 17?
2018. And
18.
What we did, Paulino, was I took the guy, he's on a chat right now with us, Mike Giacomo, and he was a Glober. He's not anymore, but he was. And he used to work for, I think, Martin Marietta out of New Orleans, and they were making satellites. And then he kind of thought on his own that a lot of the stuff didn't make sense. Well, what's it bound? I mean, because, you know, the firmament, you could easily transmit a signal up and bounce right off the frozen oxygen up there, the firmament, the rakia. So, and then he was in Flat Earth. He was so more curious than anything. And during the trip, he became a flat earther. And but he was very unpopular too when he got back to New Orleans. You know?
What photo do you want up? Because there wasn't a number, so I just kind of did them in order. Do you know? Yeah, what photo?
What photo?
What photo do you want up?
I guess if you want, just if you put a photo up, I'll explain it to you a little bit.
Nice.
And
Yeah,
tell you the story about Mad Mike.
There he goes. Yeah, that's the rocket right there.
Yeah, that's the Rocket Man. You guys remember Mad Mike Hughes?
Yeah, he was saying it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He was in the desert and he kept on launching himself.
He was in the desert, and that's when we had the radio, the YouTube channel called Ferret Radio, and we were live on the scene. Russ the Bird, who was the director of the station out of California. Rick Lotek, he's also in the chat. Rick is. He was doing all the analytics stuff that you guys do very well from Columbus, Ohio, and Goofy me that can just sit up there and just, you know, yap it up with the best of them, I guess. But I just, you know, would say, okay, you guys ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, showtime, you know? And we had we had a lot of fun. But how long you guys have been doing this?
Officially launched? We haven't officially launched yet, but we've been doing this now since January 2nd, right? 2025.
Yeah, the podcast itself. Yeah.
Yeah. So like January last year. So about a year.
Okay. Because we did it when we first started out. We were just on the radio. We were on about 50 radio stations. I think they were bootlegging stations. But one of our directors, the guy used to work for a radio station out of San Diego. So we were out of El Paso, Texas, and just a few places. But so we started on the radio. We had people like Randy Jackson. If you guys remember the rock group called Zebra, they were from New Orleans, but they made it big in New York. So they had about 5 or 6 top 40 hits. You know,
they got right there.
Rock. There's Zebra right there.
Yeah.
So Randy was a guest on that show, and Rick Lotek, Rick could tell you some good stories about it as well. Rock and roll legend, right? I mean, the guy's got millions and millions, and he comes on our show, you know? Here we are, very nondescript, very unprofessional. We just kind of just just slanging it. You know what I mean? We're not really. There's no rhyme and rhythm behind anything.
Yeah, right.
We're talking about the moon landings, and he was 100% sure that we went to the moon. And at the end of the program, he was only about 50%. Man, you guys give us
nice.
a lot to think about. So, but Randy, then we had Alex Michael. You guys know Alex, huh?
I heard the name. It's been a while though.
The Flat Earth Man. He's a music guy.
Okay.
And Odd TV, you know Matt.
Yes.
Okay,
Odd. Yeah, we know Odd TV.
You got a picture of Odd TV right there, I think. And Matt, that was at the convention. You guys familiar with Shelley Lewis?
Hold on.
She's trying to see if she can find.
I think that's it.
There's Matt right there.
Yeah,
Matt's
yeah.
kind of short. I'm only about 6'1". But man, talking about talented musician. I mean, he's a amazing. If you like hip hop, this is the guy. You know. And,
So we've been doing this, like, I've been in this for over 10 years, but I got the calling to start 2017, but I wasn't allowed to start the podcast. But we got the name, we got all that set up, and I was just doing research. Most I said I didn't know enough yet, so I kind of missed that whole wagon. Like, I listened to Rob Skiba and all them, Zen Garcia, this like Odd TV, like all these different things, and I did my own research as well. But I didn't get the calling to physically start one until 2024. So it's very interesting. And I seen that you had a picture with Rob Skiba too as well.
Yes, sir. Rob was truly one of a kind. His knowledge of the firmament was second to nobody.
There you go.
There's Rob right there. And
I'm actually.
If you guys remember Shelley Lewis?
She's blonde, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the blonde. She the Flatlanders films. They make some films.
Yes.
Shelley met me in Denver, and Mike Prestigiacomo came on as well. In fact, Mike made a comment on your feed. Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin once said that Randy Jackson was the best guitarist he's ever heard. So that's how good Randy Jackson is.
Wow.
And, Rob was a super nice guy. Rob Skiba, I do have questions, guys. I don't think my questions are going to lead to any substantive answers, as far as any evidence. But I kind of feel like when I went to the Flat Earth Convention, I felt like it was compromised big time. That was part of what we were feeling at the time. And I don't know if you remember Patricia Steer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Dave Marsh, the Moon Man. We had a lot of. I had a great time. We did. We had a great time. But the thing that really turned me off during the convention, towards the end, the guys that sold out, that faked the trip to the Antarctica when actually in an Amazon studio somewhere, pretending like they were in Antarctica.
Yeah, Jaron and what's his name? Robbie Davis, is that his name?
Yeah, Rob Davidson. Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually know Jeremiah Skiba, Rob's son. And I talked to him. He's got his own show too. It's called Skiba News Nation. It's different than Rob's. It's nothing like Rob's. Yeah, I don't know if you go there. And then JJ down in the chat, he actually mods for him, and I mod for him as well when I'm not busy now. But yeah, JJ's one of our mods here too as well. He's and he used to mod for Rob Skiba actually too. Mm-hmm. JJ down in the chat there.
Really? Yeah, it's good company.
Oh yeah. So like I know all these guys and they know me, but I wasn't my time. I don't know why I was held back to not do it. Maybe I was supposed to go through the certain part and let it go up and back down, and then what happened with Rob and all that type of stuff. And like I even knew Witsit. You know, Witsit gets it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I knew Witsit when he had 3 followers, and this is when I first was starting, and I used to talk to him daily for like months, 3-4 months. He used to call me. We used to talk like 2-3 hours in a night while he was driving around Ubering and stuff. And then they kind of reset everything, so I didn't have any of his contact anymore, and I changed my phone number and he changed his phone number, and I just thought he stopped. I didn't know he came back until we started up, and Chelsey told me he was going to be on Alex Jones I go, what's it? Gets it? And she said, yeah. I didn't know he got so big. Because I know the Facebook was gone. Like I didn't have any of that contact anymore. And I reached out to him, but he never contacted me back. But and that was like 4 or 5 months before the final experiment. Mm-hmm. Maybe I was protected by him not reaching back out, or what have you. I don't know. So because I could have been caught up in that.
Yes, absolutely. And you guys are a lot younger than I am. You know what I mean? I just because I act like I'm 26, but I feel better now than I did 15, 20 years ago. And that, it's very refreshing. And really, you want to keep your body healthy, but you really want to keep your mind healthy too. And I think that's where the
for sure.
The enigma of flat Earth it was just overkill, and I'm looking at it. I look at the flat Earth community as a whole, and you got a lot of beautiful people there, obviously, but you have a lot of people. Truth is very hard to handle. It's very fragile, and most people cannot handle it.
That's right.
And or you're gonna be a big mouth like I was 10 years back, and being drunk off my butt. I don't drink anymore. You know what I mean? I drink a little THC drinks, maybe. You know what I mean? But alcohol and me don't get along. You know what I mean? And so I'll have a glass of wine once in a while. You know what I mean? But I'm not a drinker anymore. So, but anyway,
you have to learn from your experience that you're not growing. So that's a fact. Everybody, and you can learn something new every day, no matter how old you are. So it doesn't matter.
Well, we're either going to be wiser in our old age, or we're going to be stupider. There's no middle ground here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're either going to evolve or you're going to devolve, and unfortunately, that's the reality, around us. But going back to the convention, okay, Robbie Davidson was not at the table, but Jaron was, Campanella.
Okay.
And you had a few others. And they were laughing it up and saying, oh, man, this was a great convention, up until the Jesus people got up and speak. They were, you know what I mean? Like, up until that point.
That's crazy.
That's when I threw in the towel back in 2018. I said, these are a bunch of con artists. A lot of them were con artists. Some were pure, but you had con artists there. I knew in 2018 that Jaron Campanella and Rob Davidson were shills. That was 7 years ago.
It's kind of weird. I always had a weird feeling about him, Chelsey and I, and that's why we didn't follow him that much, and we didn't like. I just didn't like something about him. I was just like, nah, there's something wrong with him. I just didn't trust it.
Yeah, especially when
like Patricia Steer, same thing.
They had that company, and it was just
it was something weird. I was just like not allowed to be around him. Sometimes the Elohim tells me like, nah, stay away from them.
Yep. Yeah, and I gotta give a shout out to JJ down in the chat. He's actually home grows his own products. So if you ever want to check anything out, go to JJ's Garden.
And he prays over all of his stuff, man. Mm-hmm. He doesn't use any chemicals, anything. It's all natural, but that's a whole nother subject. But yeah, you guys can follow him. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Tell him is he on the chat?
Yeah, he's right there.
He's down there. Yeah.
We can bring people up after we try to do an hour with the interview, and then if you want, we can bring people up if you want. That's what we did with Vikka, and then we can have some discussion. People can ask questions that you want. Yeah. If it's up to you, it depends. I don't know how long you want to be on.
Well, probably. I guess a
couple hours,
hour or so. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm pretty good.
Cool.
But I will tell you one thing about Vikka when he asked me to be one of the authors in Flatten the Curve. And as I understand it, Vikka could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's been viewed about 22 million times. It's over 20 million. Vikka might be able to correct me if I'm wrong. The documentary itself. So it was, so when Vikka initially asked me, I said, okay, well, how am I going to prepare? Because my sound, I'm not analytically savvy like you guys, computer. You know what I mean? I kind of miss you. You guys got everything. Y'all look at me like, man, why don't you know this? Press control, escape, you know what I mean? Copy and paste or whatever. But but when Vikka asked me, I would say, okay, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to present like a monologue that would fit the pictorials that Vikka so brilliantly did, in the documentary.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So what I did, and Vikka might not even know this, but he's going to know it now. I took the back side of my book, and that was my part of the movie. In the backside, is it possible that almost everything that we were taught from the time of our innocent adolescent time as children to the completion of our chosen path of studies in college was not only incorrect, but was part of an educational doctrine of spiritual disconnection? So, and I just read this. It's only a couple hundred words, but so I used that as a chronology of, okay, well, I'm kind of, I don't know how much work I can put into it, but when I started practicing it, like in the mirror and stuff, I said, you know what, this kind of sounds good.
Thanks, Paul.
That's funny. Yeah, I get you though.
So I used that. That was my lines to the movie. So
nice.
To speak, I guess.
Yeah, it came out really well. I mean, like we just we re-listened to your two parts that were in the Flatten the Curve. We re-listened to them today. Chelsey went and found the sound bites because when we were having Vikka on, we re-watched it, and there's so much. I mean that we've watched it probably. I've watched it probably 5 times, and now today probably another 2 times. So it goes so fast. He did a great job with the information. It just seems like 40 minutes, but it's an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah,
great job.
And, I had a lot of those guys. I would have loved to. Of course, Vikka's in Spain, on the other side of the pond.
Yes.
I would have loved to just have a group meeting with everyone. And so what I did 2 years back, I invited some of the cast of the movie to my house, and I live in Mandeville, Louisiana, north of New Orleans, and we had a great time. And guess what? Rob Taylor's a Mormon. He was a U.S. Army pilot that was in Flatten the Curve from Utah. Wow. He speaks 7 languages.
That's
worked
amazing.
With American embassies in Africa. After that stuff with the with Hillary Clinton, with what happened in Mogadishu. With the American military people being murdered. That's when he decided he was leaving the Army, and so I had Brett Freeman. You guys remember that name, Brett Freeman? He was U.S. Airport nautical engineer. He's an engineer. He's as far as cockpits and all. I mean, he knows a little bit of everything as far as navigation. He's a genius from the military, but he was a pilot too, Brett Freeman. And we had I think Vikka probably had about 12 or 13 pilots in the movie.
Overall, I know. I went and, like I said, rewatched it today, and I was like, name. I couldn't remember them all, but yeah, he had so many, because he had people that did navigation, like you said. He had pilots. He had submarine people that did the navigation on submarines and radar. It was such a well done, put together thing. And then he had a lot of the military footage that showed exactly what he was talking about. So
yeah, it was a great job.
Yes, he's amazing. He's you guys are so blessed to have him. That is going to be, that's epic. You guys, that's a home run, and I think moving forward, you guys should feel the impetus behind that favorable outcome. I think Vikka's he's amazing. He's going to do a good job.
Oh yeah, for sure. Chelsey,
anyway,
do you want to put in the chat the name of it?
Oh yeah,
People
sure.
are asking. He's got 2 out actually. He's got more than 2, but 2 major ones: Flatten the Curve and The Mechanical Realm. And they're on the YT. Yeah, you should watch them both. I'm telling the people in the chat. They're asking. She's like, somebody's asking, what is it? So, yeah, they're great, and they go smoothly fast. I'm telling you. They seem like a half hour, 40 minutes, and they're like an hour and 40 minutes. So. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, they're great. Did you watch The Mechanical Realm? I take it then. Have you watched that one yet?
Yes, that was great. I tell you what, we have this next generation of truth did a tremendous job. People like Keith Cameron Smith and a bunch of them, just everybody in it. I really enjoyed it. But again, I kind of just became a hermit the last few years, and just trying to concentrate on being semi-retired. I still work, but I work remote. I can be on the beach in Brazil and work. As long as I got my phone, I can work.
That's good. I was telling people this. See, this is what I was telling like a lot of people. The movement can be growing, but there's like this 1% that keep going back, and like it is tiring. There's a lot of energy, so they it's not like they stop believing the Earth is flat or stop knowing the Earth is flat. You just might not see them on the corner anymore. They're not the ones that are in here debating or trying to push it. They're kind of just like, well, it's the next person's time now, because it does wear on you. It can.
People like Mike the Casino and people, the locals here in Mandeville, like Randy Fisher and all, they thought I was crazy at first. And Mike, but see, Flat Earth to me is the whole dynamics has changed on it. It's biblical cosmology.
Oh yeah.
You want to say I'm not a flat earther? I believe with the Bible. I believe in biblical cosmology.
That's what I say.
Okay.
Yep.
The firmament, the sun and the stars and the moon, just like the Bible says, not what NASA says. So you either believe the Bible or you believe NASA. So there's your choice, or your cartoon school books. So it was intense back then, during that time, and then at the time of the convention, they exposed themselves to me.
Yeah.
Shelley Lewis didn't want to believe it. I told him, and I'm not going to rant on no names because I like to protect people's privacy, but you probably know some of the main characters of that convention were shells, and I knew that people were getting pissed off at me because I was calling them out.
Now, do you think because there's a difference between like shills or grifters, like this jumping on the bandwagon to make money, or do you think they're actually like controlled opposition, which are both, you think?
Jaron Campanella is a Jesuit fraud. He's a Jesuit operative. Okay. So he was a plant.
All right. So that's a true shill, I guess.
Yeah. Ralph Reel, a.k.a. Mark Sargent. His name is Ralph Reel, RiehL. CIA, these are psyops against the flat Earth to make flat Earth look as ridiculous as you possibly can, and that's why these guys were put there. And so, in preparation for his epic Amazon studio trip, that they weren't even breathing out cold air. What's it, about 50 below zero in Antarctica, and you're not even breathing out cold air? I mean, give me a break, His vaping and stuff, but it's But yeah, I knew he was a Jesuit fraud. They went during the convention, Tom, Paulino, they were in a room that they I wish I had these pictures, but they were checkerboard, like a chessboard. And you could see a couple of them doing the 3-6, you know what I mean? The hand signals. Yeah. And I'm talking about the ones, the aforementioned ones that I just told you guys about it. And but yeah, that turned me off against the flat Earth movement, because in years after that, and once you talk about the truth of what your creator says, why don't you just try to show love and walk in the spirit? That way you don't have the problems. And if you do have problems, you got help. You got help. You got the full armor of God. You don't have to worry about the world. The more worldly that flat Earth became, the more distasteful it came to me, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And now, can I have a conversation? I could take on any comers now. I'm not going to get in an argument. I'm not going to, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're this, you're smart.
Oh no, we won't let them.
I know how to handle it now.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. We don't usually get those here.
No.
We don't allow it here. No. This is not a debate podcast. This is a conversation. So somebody can't because we usually what we do is most of our shows we run with a topic, and it's not usually FE at all. Mm-hmm. It's just usually different topics of truth, because we've been lied to about everything in this reality. So you can talk about anything and seek truth in anything. because it's all mixed with lies.
I agree 100%. I think what's going on now is, and I don't want to spook anybody, but the clamps are coming down on everybody. You, me, Chelsea, all of us. I'm talking about the clamps because what they're doing now is, think about what's going on in the U.S. right now. It's a powder keg. It's going to get worse. It's going to get so much worse. You can't even imagine how bad it's going to get. This is the tip of the iceberg, is what's going on. I'm talking about the political landscape in this country. Would I predict a civil war? Probably not. Draconian measures like martial law? Probably yes. But it's going to get bad. You have no rights anymore. They're going to digital ID everybody. And in England right now, you can't even get a job unless you have a digital ID. Either on your forehead and on your palm. Oops, who said that? It was at the Book of Revelations in the Bible says that, right? Yeah, you know the enemy, the beast by the mark. When they give everyone the mark, and they're already doing that in Europe. I mean, I think Europe is stupid before we get stupid. They always test out the stupidity.
You know what I
the
find?
Stupidity comes over on the other side of the shores,
Yeah, I find that interesting because I think it's a mixed bag, if you will. Because like you said, it's like they'll test certain things on the European countries, they'll test other things on African countries, then they'll test different things on here, like the food, right? The food they definitely test here. They don't do that in Europe, but like you said, they'll push some of the other things, like the ID, or they'll push something like some of the medical stuff. They'll do that more in Africa. Like they do this different range of things in all of these different places, and it's very interesting how they kind of all end up merging. I want to say globally across the realm.
Yeah, well, really, our foremasters, when the Western colonists invaded the shores of America, when the Native Indians were here first, Native Americans, everything that we are came from over there, especially the Freemasons. The Illuminati was actually formed May 3rd, 1776. Does that ring a bell? A couple months before July 4th, the war, the declaration, the war with the British. But the Freemason, the Illuminati was actually formed in the United I think it's May 3rd, 1776. 33rd level, 32nd level is the Scottish Rite. And those are, we're goyim to them, we're cattle to them, we're nothing to them. And we better guide our loins. Time is short, but I'm gonna live each and every day, guys, like it's the last day of my life. I'm just gonna enjoy life and just treat people with love, just have a happy life. And if I get pissed off or get unhappy about something, I'll get away from the situation or try to refocus, reconnect.
Oh yeah. So like it's so interesting, like getting into like what we're doing, the difference between like YT or
Joanne.
on here. Like there's so many people that are on TikTok that have no idea, like the people on YT or Rumble, or X, these places where somebody might have a big following. The TikTok people have no idea. It's like a whole different realm of people here on all topics, and it's different. I mean, people can swipe to the next person within the 1 second. Swipe, and it's so interesting. Like that's why even here when you're trying to have a discussion, people come in, we call them hot. Like they don't read the topic, they don't read the room, they just jump on and want to start just talking, monologuing, we call it. But we don't allow it here. Like it doesn't make sense though. Like like you said, they don't know how to relate to people anymore. Like most people like you go read a room before you start talking. But some of these people just jump in talking. They won't read the room. And but we try to stay on topic when we're talking about truth in all things. So you're doing a great job. You're a very interesting man for sure. sure. I can see why Vikka wanted you on. And when did you write your book? Aha, that's what I was going to ask you. The first one.
Well, it was a lot going on. You know, my health obviously was a significant part of my life at the time. You know, recovering from my car accident, and I started writing it, I think in January of 2016. It took me about 2 years and four. I would write. I would have some, just almost like an epiphany that something would happen. I said, man, this would be great to put. Actually, this would fit in this part of the book, you know. But all in all, I'm my worst critic. It did come out it was published in April of 2018. I'm sorry, May 2018. And I think I've sold just under 18,000 books.
Wow.
And that's when I was promoting the book, and they promoted it for me as well. But mostly people just buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, that's good though.
Or eBay, but but anyway, my first book is still there, logged in, but I never did publish it. I got sued instead, and but it's interesting, the name of your program, Flat Out Truth, and my book initially was called Hoodwinked into the Age of Insanity. Hoodwinked into the Age of Insanity. But my publishing company, Ex Libris, said that was too many words to shorten it.
No,
that's a good.
As the Flat Out Truth editor, that's a really good title.
Well, thank you. And Chelsey and
that's funny.
Chelsey Paulino, the name of my YouTube channel, well, it was Ferret Radio Live with Rick Lotag. I think Rick and somebody.
Yeah, he just requested up. So I don't know if you want to start taking people.
Yeah, do you want to start taking people up, or it's up to you?
Hey, Rick, we're gonna take you around midnight. We got another 6 hours and 50 minutes.
Hey, don't be like
Vikka.
We've done that.
Yeah,
we've done that.
We did 19 hours for the fun.
That was the longest we went, was 19 hours, man.
No, we're not doing that.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, even Vikka went 5. He went 5 hours.
Yeah, I think he was even surprised he went so long.
Yeah, and even like when I was on his show Sunday, he goes, "Bro, I could talk to you for another like 4 hours, but we're gonna cut it off at 2."
If you bring Rob Taylor on, you have a marathon. Rob Taylor could talk for about 2 weeks straight.
No, I'm good. I'm good with 3 hours.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take care of the house for a week.
So yeah, like whenever you want, like if you want to go and bring people up or not, or I mean, we still got more to cover with you. You got a lot to do.
Yeah, it's been about 48 minutes, so.
What do you want to do?
Absolutely. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere yet, anyway.
But that way we can get some Q&A for our streams, and then
okay, we'll start bringing some people up. All right, go ahead and request up, guys, and don't come in hot, because we will knock you down, mute you for the rest of the program. This is conversation.
You don't get a cookie, and you ain't going to get that free cookie at the end of the show.
Right. Hey, and my mods know.
Oh, yes, they do.
I don't even have to pay attention. They know what to do. And if you get booted,
what to expect.
if you get booted by one of my mods, they'll let you know why. They don't keep secrets. So, this is one of my mods right here, though, Joanne. She loves to ask questions, and she's amazing at it. Any kind of research she's done, she's very inquisitive.
How are you?
Oh my goodness, it's so good to meet you. Thank you for coming on the show. I've been listening and just tapping the little screen. I was like, man, this guy's like, you've done so much. You're so inspirational, because you had the brain, the ability to go ahead and say, that doesn't look right. That don't seem right. And you went and looked for your answer. So I commend you.
Wow, thank you for that. You remember when they locked us down? I was the guy that would go to Walmart with no mask on. They look at me like I was from the planet Mars or someplace, and like I was from outer space. But then my friends that I'd be with, they would ask, well, Mark, just put it on. We're only going to Walmart for 5 minutes. So I would write the word brainwash, Joanne, or cheat, and wear a mask with the words black marks a lot, sheep on my mask. to mess with people or brainwash, right on my little, because I never wore a mask before. I couldn't believe I'm lived this long to see people afraid of oxygen. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to add that to that. But thank you so much for that, for the kudos. Hello, Rick.
Absolutely.
Hey, Mark. Hi, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Paul. Hey, Michael. Hey.
Now, Paul's another one of my mods. Now, he is actually an engineer, and he does long-range pew-pewing. Yeah, so he knows. He shoots like 1.5 miles, so he knows that it's flat. So
We have a lot to talk about. Being an engineer.
yeah, he'll even tell you that those books are flat.
I'm sort of a self-made engineer. I don't have any formal training, but I can stand my own. Oh, sorry. that always happens. I apologize.
Well, it's all right.
It's all good. I got dogs at your.
Oh,
What happened?
Joanne's just muting everybody, checking
Yeah.
background noise.
Yeah, we're just checking out
We're just
background.
checking background noise, guys.
Yeah, it just makes audio chaos for the viewer or replays. Sorry. All right, go ahead. You guys can talk. Oh no worries. We're just trying to figure out. Like we try to mute up unless you're talking. That's it.
Yeah, I wanted to just kind of touch on what Mark was saying earlier,
Oh yeah.
and it kind of gives you the idea that he's turned his back on the Flat Earth Collective.
Nah.
It's the movement that
Yes.
he's turned his back on. It's not
For sure.
Flat Earth. I just
Oh
want
yeah, for sure.
Oh, no, yeah, no,
That's what I
pretty-
was saying. Like it gets really tiring. I know a lot of them that have done it. I mean, if you've done it
Yes.
for a long time, I mean, it's all the
But you see, that was all
negativity and all
written
that. Yeah, it just does. It wears on
I
you.
think that was all written in. It was designed to bore us, to drag us off into unknown directions, and like you said earlier, controlled dissent.
Yeah. I mean, there's people replacing them, but it keeps the growth down because of the negativity, and even the negativity amongst each other. And then some people are FE people,
Yeah.
and some people are truthers. I don't think all FE people are truthers. And there's one more thing that I have to say: just because you know or believe the Earth is flat doesn't make you a good person.
Yeah, let's make
I'm
that
being
clear.
honest. I'm being honest because they're still human.
Yeah. Well, that's what I
But this-
suggested earlier, Paulino, is the truth is very hot. It's too hot to handle for most people. And, either biblical cosmology, if you don't get closer to God after this COVID stuff and what's coming down the pipe, nothing's ever going to get you there. If you can't see the forest and the trees, if you can't see exactly what they're doing, as far as depopulation, just there's too many people in the world. But you can take the world's people and put them in the state of Alaska. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So
Yeah, for sure.
we're not overpopulated. It's
No.
full of crap.
Yes.
Go ahead,
It's-
Rick. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Mike Casino. Hey, Mike.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I actually, I was gonna, hold on, I got some managing to do. So I have a lot of guest requests, but just to let you guys know, a lot of you have private accounts, you have no followers, you have no bios, and that's basically a sketchy thing on TikTok. So
If he knows you,
if you know any of them, like we have Tyrone requesting up, we have this Jose Kovka, and then Mike, I can't even pronounce your last name, I'm so sorry, Mike.
He
Okay.
worked for making satellites. Yeah, I know all of these three. Rick,
Okay.
Mike, and Mike.
Okay.
so 2 mics.
Okay,
All right.
so I wanted
my God.
some of the people, some of the people we don't know. I would like to bring them up one at a time, and I'm just giving you a warning. Like all of our mods are on alert. Just if you want to ask a question, you're welcome to ask questions. I'm just letting you guys know.
And Rick, humbly, you have background noise, so when you're done asking a question or when I notice a lull in your conversation, I mute you so that our guests can be heard clearly. No disrespect intended, sir.
See the hammer. All right, go ahead, guys. Go ahead and conversate. So, have you guys talked to each
There we
other in
go.
a long while, or has it been a while for all you guys to be in the same spot? Very curious.
Well, we're not in the same spot, but Rick was the director for the YouTube channels and the radio station that we had that I led earlier, with the interviews with the Randy Jacksons of the world. And
amazing.
We had Rob Skiba on 3 times, didn't we, Rick? Was it 3 or twice?
Yeah, he can unmute himself. He just has to unmute.
And Mike Casino is going to be launching. He might. He's probably going to be wanting people's.
Oh.
Oh.
What happened? Oh, go ahead. You guys can talk. You just got to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe they're not familiar on here. And Mike is unmuted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike's unmuted.
Mike Casino, you on? I'm on. Mike.
Yeah, there he goes.
Okay.
There he goes.
I know. So if you're not familiar with TikTok, we'll give you the. I know we do things a little different than the rest of TikTok, but we do try to facilitate and stuff. So I know.
Yeah.
But you can ask Mark. He told me about Flat Earth, and I shrugged it off. And and 2 days later, I came back and told him the Earth is flat, Mark. I probably hold the record with the guy who learned the Earth was flat the quickest. Because I have been doing years of study on different religions to see if all paths lead to God. And I studied the Bible and found everything to be true that I could prove. And when Mark gave me the 200 or so Bible verses that proved the earth was flat, I said, well, if everything else is true, then this is true. So I came back to him 2 days later, probably blew his mind, and said the earth is flat.
Wow. Yeah, it only took me 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, because everything's measured flat. It took Chelsey. Chelsey didn't want to hear it for 3 days.
Yeah, I had my bubble pop from something else.
Yeah, we were going down the constitutional thing, and there was that land grab in Oregon, and a man was unalived during that incident, and Chelsey took it so hard. And when I told her, I go, there's something huge, and she's like, I can't take it right now. And I'll let you know. And then 3 days later, she goes, you can tell me. I go, the earth is flat. It's measured flat. And she thought about it, and she does game designs. That was her background, was game design, and they design everything on flat Earth. Yep. Everything is flat.
Yep.
So she's like, "Oh, that makes sense," and that was basically it. It's so it didn't take her long either.
No, and like Mark, I also did college sports, and everywhere we went, we took a charter plane. And so I've been on a plane tons of times, and I love the window seat, and I just had to think about it, like you said, and we don't design anything that way. I've never seen a curved horizon. And we talked about the math of it, and I'm like, nope, there's no way. There's no way.
And I played volleyball, and I met her because she played volleyball for Michigan State, and she moved to Michigan for that, and that's how we met. But I used to play on the west coast of Michigan. I used to see Chicago all up and down the sand there, 20 miles, 40 miles, 60 miles. But, when you're not thinking about it, you think the globe is so big, and somebody goes, hey, you can see Chicago. I go, yep. Now who got next? All I wanted to do is play volleyball. I could care less that I could see Chicago. I just thought it was so big. That's why you could see it. And then you find out about the measurement. You're like, there's no way I should be able to see that dang thing. It'd be 1,600 feet below the curve. So when Rob Skiba did that one long charter, that was cool. When he actually went and chartered that boat and they went all the way in, that was amazing.
I will tell you guys about Rob Skiba, and Rick Lotek and Russ DeBerg will acknowledge this with me. He was probably one of the most accommodating, respectful human beings.
Hold on. Guest violation. Guessing your life is violated. Hold on.
Who did it?
It doesn't say.
Sorry, TikTok shop. This is for entertainment.
Sorry, Mark. Hold on, I'll bring you back. Hold on.
We got to drop you, Mark, and we got to bring you back.
Yeah. Okay, so
Sorry, TikTok
don't
Shop
think-
is for
yeah.
entertainment purposes only.
I know this is, and you know what's funny? Sorry, I'm gonna do this real quick, guys. That's exactly why we have the flatouttruth.com.
Yeah, we have
This
our
is
own.
exactly why we have it.
We have our own private platform, actually.
Yes.
If you go to flatouttruth.com, you can join the Curiosity community. It is free. It's like Discord or a Facebook on steroids. There's so many articles that we've placed in there. As a member, you can do it yourself as well. You can put videos. You can do all this thing. But there's freedom of speech, and we run lives from there as well.
Yes.
And then you can just talk about whatever you want. You don't have to worry about keywords and all that. And like they flagged him. I mean, what did he say wrong? That Rob Skiba was genuine? And then
I don't know.
I don't know why
I'm
they
trying to
flagged
figure
him.
it out. Like I didn't
Does
think
he
we
know
were.
to come back up?
Joey invited him,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
we're just
Can I
waiting for
say
him.
something about Rob Skiba real quick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, hey, if you get flagged, then we'll know it's because of him. But go ahead.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mark started saying it before he left. He'll be back in a minute. But he said
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob Skiba is one of the most accommodating individuals that ever lived. He didn't sell his intellectual material. He gave it away.
Yeah.
I don't know if very many people realize that, but all of his material, all the books that he wrote, he gave it away. On the Flat Earth, he gave it away.
Yes.
So that makes him a special kind of person. And that also gives him his bona fide. He wasn't out to get money. He wasn't in it for money. He was genuinely a flat earther.
Yeah. You know what's
God bless
sad?
him. He is
Yeah.
so in that.
You know what? Yeah, for sure. And like I said, JJ in the chat knew him personally. Like they really know him. He was a mod for him, and he knew him. He knows Jeremiah, his son, and he knew Sheila. His wife passed away too, as well. Sheila Skiba. Yeah, she wrote that
Yeah, I
beautiful
know
book
that.
about him. But the thing about Rob, I think you guys know this if you followed him. And towards the end, he kind of did wish he would have charged a little bit because he could have got some more of his stuff out. Because people don't donate; they'll go buy a Starbucks, but they won't give Rob $10 a month or $5 so he could do more research, so he could get more stuff out. And it's sad. They'll go buy Air Force Ones. They'll go to Starbucks. They'll do their Netflix, but they won't contribute to somebody that's actually trying to do something. And they're supposed to be truthers. It makes me upset. It really does. So you almost have to charge to force them into like, you want more data, you want more stuff. You guys, why aren't you donating? Why aren't you guys doing something? It's like, this is a lot of work. Yeah, because you guys know Rob Skiba did all those shows with Zen Garcia. Do you guys know Zen Garcia as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
Yeah. So Zen Garcia is a friend of ours too, actually. Chelsey reads for him every Saturday. But this is interesting too. When we were watching from far, when we didn't know him yet, it was funny because Rob and them would go on each other's show and they could never looked at each other's material. And I'm going, and Chelsey and I go, why can't they see each other's stuff? You know why? Because you're so freaking busy when you do this. You can't go on everybody's show.
I get
you're
it now,
so
yeah.
busy doing content, you can't. So now I know. I'm sorry, Rob. I gotta apologize to Zen too.
I know. Yeah, Zen said
How many times is Rob on that show, Rick? On Travel Radio?
I think five or six at least.
Wow, that's cool. Do you guys got those? Are those not YT or anything?
Coming back. He what?
Do you guys have that recorded somewhere? Is it on YT or the
No, it's
YouTube?
deleted.
Wow,
dang.
From YouTube, everything.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I tell you this: if Rob replayed it, we got it. We recorded everything, dude, since 2017. We got terabytes of material. We have terabytes and terabytes.
Because I didn't archive. I should have archived everything.
We didn't trust it. Yeah, hey, we got you. We might have it. Because if Rob replayed what he did for you guys, we got it. We got all Rob's stuff from 2017. We got all the Zen stuff. All the people that the Elohim that the Most High told me to get, that's who we got. Chelsey go, who do you want? I go, I want this guy, I want this guy, I want that guy, I want this person, and we would back it all up. So we got terabytes of our stuff.
Most about Rob was that when he found out he was wrong, he was the first to admit it.
Yes.
For years and years and years, he talked about the globe Earth and the moon and the stars, and then when things hit him, he just admitted it. I was wrong all these years. And, he was so humble. And
Yes. He was my best friend that he never knew he had. And he would, dude, I loved listening to him. And when he was about to say something corny, I'd be like, don't do it, Rob. And he would do it, and I'd still chuckle, even though it was a horrible joke. But yeah, it's funny that it's kind of come into like a little bit of Rob session here. Any new FE people that are curious, that are in the chat, you haven't heard of Rob Skiba, go find his stuff. Go on to YouTube. Jeremiah, his son, still got it active. Most of his stuff, you can learn a lot of stuff from that man. Not only about FE, and not just because of the Bible and the studies, but how to be like him.
He left a powerful legacy.
He did.
I'll forever be thankful to him.
I grabbed the torch, man. When he fell, it was my turn. It's my turn. Next man up.
The hardest part about teaching flat Earth is where to start. You can start with Rob Skiba.
Yeah.
Actually, Eric DeBay.
Yeah, Eric DeBay, Rob Skiba.
Not Powerland. Hey, I got a story for you guys. Chelsey, Paulino.
See, those are all three big old people.
Yeah. Yeah. But really quickly before your story, and that's kind of just a quick comment on what he's saying. The TikTok world doesn't know those people.
Doesn't really know these people.
The YT, the original, like I said, we're kind of this weird merger from all of the pre-2020 stuff and the new TikTok stuff. Like, we're trying to merge those two worlds.
We're trying to be the bridge because there's nobody that does both sides. Not really.
Yes. All right. I would love to hear your story. I would love to hear your story.
Okay. Are y'all familiar with Matt Boylan? Matthew Boylan, Boylan. He worked for NASA as a graphic artist.
Of course I am.
2014, the official Earth from space photo, they used Matt Powerland's image and they passed it off as being real.
He hand painted it.
He hand painted it.
I think I remember that.
Official image, Earth from space. And I went and visited Matt in Las Vegas, Nevada. And he was very eccentric. He's an artist and he's a frustrated guitar player.
That's funny.
Mike Preston Giacomo's got a story about Mike. Why don't you tell everybody what you used to do? What brought you transformation working on satellites in the past? That's Mike Preston Giacomo.
Am I connected right now?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm an electronic engineer, and I was on contract with Michoud, where they build the external gas tank for the space shuttle. And my job was to go there and calibrate all the emergency electronic communication equipment. And I went there, my first time I went there, he asked me if I had ever seen the place. I said, no. He goes, oh, I'm gonna give you a tour. So he gave me an hour tour, and beautiful place, spick and span, not one person working back there. Everything looked like it was there for show. And I kept asking, where's everybody at? He avoided the question. And I went there 2 or 3 other times to do my job, and no one was ever there. It looked like a place for show, because I know they gave lots of tours to students, you know?
Yeah.
That was one thing that happened that I told Mark. I used to work with what they call VSAT, communication for offshore, and we would turn these big dishes, and they would turn themselves automatically to point at satellites. I go, Mark, don't tell me about flat Earth. You know, I used to talk with satellites every day. But you got to know what a satellite is. A satellite is nothing more than a repeater. It repeats an RF signal that's shot at it, and then it amplifies it and redirects it into a different location. It's basically a repeater. If you ever seen a police officer talking on the ham radio, he's talking 25 miles away, he's using a repeater. He's talking to a tower, and it amplifies it and repeats it in a bigger direction with more power. And that's what a satellite does. But you really don't need that if you have a firmament above the Earth. You can reflect that RF signal off of the firmament and bounce it anywhere you want, depending on what angle you hit it. And that got me thinking. And another thing is, it's 250 degrees in space. If there's no object, it's absolute zero. But if there's an object, taking in that radiation from the sun, it's 250 degrees. I got solar panels in my backyard. They stop working at 110 degrees. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, all satellites have solar panels. How are they going to work in 250 degrees? For electronics, the worst enemy for electronics is heat. How are they protecting electronics up in space with 250 degrees? You say, well, they insulate it. Well, electronics gives off heat. If you insulate it, the heat's going to build up and get hotter and hotter. There's no way a satellite can work out in space.
Yes.
No way. Batteries would not work. Solar panels would not work. Electronics would not work. Satellites are fake. Once I understood all of it, I go, there's no way. And Mark kept telling me, show me a picture of a satellite. And I would send him pictures. He goes, Mike, that's CGI. He was right. Look, Mark told me about flat Earth, and I was like, Mark, I know we ain't talked in a while, but man, you went overboard. And for some reason, I started researching it. And it took me a little longer. It took me about 2 weeks. I think somebody said 2 hours. It took me about 2 weeks.
That's funny.
And just like the other guy, I called Mark. I said, Mark, you're fucking right. I'm sorry.
You get one. It's PG-13.
I get one. I'm excited.
I know. I really don't know how many you get, but
I think you were right, and I just got addicted to it and researched it. He even told me, he goes, Mike, I think you learned more than I did.
that's funny.
But I went to the convention with Mark and learned more, and I met a lot of people out there that they weren't like I thought they would be. They're average people. They're teachers. Everybody. And I met Rick, and Rick, him and I talked a while. But when I came back, I found a video on YouTube, and I reposted it. And the reason why I was interested in this video because it's in my backyard, Lake Pontchartrain. A guy took a Nikon 900 and he filmed across the lake, which is 24 miles. And he was filming some buildings, and you could only see the top of the building. It was missing like 310 feet of the bottom. And that happens to be just about the amount of curvature that would cover up the bottom of the building. And when I seen that, I said, well, there's your curve. I started posting videos. I got Rick mad because I posted some videos on his site, and he goes, man, you ruining all my work. I'm gonna lose all my viewers. But anyway, I did more research. Come to find out that when you're looking through a telescope, you are looking at the buildings 24 miles away, but you're also magnifying the waves that are in front of it. Those buildings 24 miles away is just a little speck that you're magnifying. And when you got waves in front of you that you're also magnifying, they're going to cover up the bottom of the buildings. So that's when I said, wait a second, that's not curvature. I don't know what it's called, but you're magnifying the waves that are in front of the buildings, which are going to cover up about a third of the building. So that showed me that that's not curvature we're looking at. That's just optical illusion. And that got me back into it again. I go, wait, because that was the only bit of proof that was telling me that the Earth did have curvature. Once I know why it was covered up because of the magnification of the waves, I got back into it. And since then, it's like, there's a saying, once you go flat, you don't go back. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to me, like you had mentioned earlier, is, oh, that's CGI. I couldn't believe, like, because I like some of the space stuff, I like sci-fi and things like that. Not as much as Paul over there, though. He's a big Star Wars fan. But I learned 3D animation. And so I knew what it looked like and kind of how to do it and what some of it was. And I went back and watched those videos, like you said, or I've watched launches and all these things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I not notice this before? I just took it for what it was. They said it was this thing, and that's what I saw. It was, you know, but then once I looked at it with a whole fresh look, I'm like, how did I ever watch this?
I heard y'all say a little while ago, where do you start?
Thanks for the follow.
I've made myself a fool many times trying to tell people. And I used to be a teacher, and I was good at explaining things, but some people, they just think you're crazy. And, but I think where you need to start out at is why the lie? Why would they lie to us? And that movie, I don't know if y'all have seen it, the Lost History of Flat Earth. I'm sure y'all have seen it. It's a 6-hour documentary. And it's called The Lost History of Flat Earth. There's an English gentleman who narrates it. Fantastic. And he teaches you why they're lying about it.
What a high
Have any of y'all
They're gonna
seen that
hide
video?
God at every
Have any of
level.
y'all seen that video?
No, she's looking it up. No, she's looking
Is it
it
from
up.
Get
His-
Seven different
whoops.
parts.
History
The
Calling? Nope, that's only
No,
26 minutes.
The Lost
I might need a
History
name.
of Flat Earth. The Lost History of Flat Earth.
Chelsey, can you drop me down? There's another ghost account in here. I got to be up. I can't
Okay.
be in the panel to get after him.
All right.
Okay.
I have
Got you.
him on site. He hasn't said anything, Paul. He's cited.
My mods don't play around. I'm
Do
telling you.
not.
That's why they look.
Oh, here you go. The Lost History of Flat Earth. Let's see.
Thanks, guys. I love you
Flat
guys.
Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app.
My mods are amazing.
Probably not the original. Maybe.
I got a ghost runner on there. You guys can't even see him.
Yeah, 1.6
You know,
million,
Aether's
probably.
down there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
But
Let me see if I
yeah,
can
Just
find
gotta
it.
be. I think this
you
is.
find it?
I think so.
Let me see.
It's got 1.6 million views 4 years ago. Series
Wow.
produced by a guy named Iwo Renan.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yep.
Okay.
there you go. So now we got something to watch.
All right.
You have to watch. It was of all the documentaries I've ever seen. It's the most fast. Now, the one I'm talking about. is
Vika,
in
no
Southern
offense,
Park.
Vika. Vika's in the chat.
Oh yeah, Vika's in the chat. He just had a friend, so he can't come up.
It says 1 to 7.
I know. Yeah.
Does it say-
How dare you say that with him in the room?
Mr. Mike is putting us on homework. Thanks for the homework, Coach.
Go ahead, Mike.
But it's the most fascinating video you will ever watch. It's not really about flat Earth. The guy is a flat earther, but he explains about the Great Flood and why they're lying about everything. And at the end of the movie, he says, I was once walking with a young lady in the woods, and we came upon a pond. And she goes, look at the pond. What do you see? He goes, I see the reflection of the moon. And it was a full moon in the sky. And she goes, look harder, look deeper. What do you see? Well, I see the moon. He goes, look deeper. He looks at it again. And all of a sudden they show another picture of the moon, and then they reverse it, because what you're looking at in the reflection is a negative of the moon, the opposite. And then they zoom into it. It's the flat Earth map. The moon reversed is a flat Earth map.
Yes.
It shows America. It shows Europe, China, everything. And
Yep.
it also shows other continents that are beyond the ice wall that haven't been discovered yet. And it builds you up, this whole documentary. It's a 5 or 6 hour documentary. It builds you up to that point. And when
No.
they show that one spot when he sees the moon, and they've examined this picture of the moon, and it's exactly like the flat Earth. And this documentary will make you cry. I watched it probably 8 times, and I love to watch it. Y'all got to watch it. Got to watch it. That's all I've
Hey,
got to
can I-
say.
Can I say the
Yeah, go ahead.
Mike Prestigiacomo mentioned earlier about Lake Pontchartrain and the causeway that goes across that. And then I heard your wife say that the people are basically laypersons when it comes to, the flat Earth data. And I wanted to just say what was important about the causeway is that it's, 21 miles, Mark?
24.
21 miles? 24 miles. And at 24 miles, there should be a drop of, we had it figured out once before, it's like 3 feet. but there's no drop after 24 miles. It's completely straight.
Hey, Rick, if I
Straight as an arrow.
Rick, if I can correct you, 24 miles, you should have a curvature drop of around 325 feet.
Yeah, I just threw in a number there because I didn't want to
Okay.
think, but you're right. It's at least that. You're right.
Yes, it is.
But
Yeah.
the thing is, there's no drop there. You can't, and that's something that we've always put out to people, is that show us the drop, show us the curve. No one has ever been able to do that. And one other thing, Mark asked me before you're going on tonight, he said, you think we'll be talking about the flat earth? I guess the answer was yeah.
There's one dilemma that I'm trying to correct everybody. When you're looking for curvature or measuring it, you need to look straight forward, okay, and look for a drop. If you try to look for curvature from left or right, you're not going to see it, even if the earth is round. Because that's why they call it the horizon. If you're standing still and start going up higher and higher and higher, and you're looking all around you, you are going to see the edge of it. You're going to see in horizontal, that's why they call it the horizon. You're not going to see a curvature from left to right until you get twice the radius of the earth away. Then you start seeing curvature from left to right, which is a lot further than the spaceships go. We're talking really far away before you're going to start seeing curvature from left to right.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm talking.
Oh, yeah. But and then even if you turn your head, though, now your vanishing point has changed anyway. You know what I mean? Well, if I'm looking straight ahead, my vanishing point's straight ahead, right? But if I look to the left, my vanishing point's that way now. Do you get what I mean? So it'll always look that way. Like the only way you can ever see left or right would be in a picture. You can't, because your own view, it shifts when you move. You know what I mean? It goes. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say.
Yeah.
You
It's
were
like,
up in the air.
yeah, you'd
Okay,
have to be
let's
up in
say
the air. Yes, elevation, yes.
Let's say you were 30,000 feet up in the air, you're in an airplane, and somebody looks out the window and says, I see curvature. Well, take your finger and draw that curvature and keep going all the way around 360 degrees. You're not that high, okay? If you continue that curvature, okay, you're going to see a big ball in front of you. You're not that high. What I'm trying to say is you're not going to see curvature unless you're like 1,000 miles high.
Oh yeah. Nobody can get that high. Yeah, nobody can get that high. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, because like a ball drops in every direction. If you're on every direction you look, it's dropping. None of it made sense to me. It just like, even with main sea level and everything's, like the water finds its level and yeah.
To this conversation, I don't believe. I mean, the parabolic launches from NASA and Fake X, the parabolic where it curves over, crashes in the ocean. In the World Encyclopedia in Britannica, up until the year 1958, 1 year before NASA was formed, they actually described and gave you all the information about the firmament up until 1958. And they suggested that the firmament was 72 miles towards the, towards the, going closer, just like a dome. Going closer, in Antarctica, they suggested it was only 13,000 feet over the ice wall.
Yes,
the firmament was only 13,000 feet. The Nazis went there, and their airplanes were crashing into the firmament.
Watch the Yahtzees. You might have to call them Yahtzees. Yeah, because even if you watch the way the planes fly, right, they're 33,000 feet until they get more south, and then they start dropping to like 11,000 feet when they go towards Antarctica. So there's a reason for that. The Earth is just measured flat. I mean, if people can't understand that, the way the water, the physics, and the three-body problem they can't do anything with, and we live in a pressurized system, which means you can't live next to a vacuum without a solid object. We got to have a container. And like, there's so many reasons. Like, that's why I don't even try to go in the air. You guys prove to me that there's a curvature first, and then we'll worry about what everything else is. But they can't. Nobody can ever tell you and prove that the Earth is not measured flat.
But you know what a good one was? Those temples.
No. Even the words, like...
there was a couple of people who actually put money up saying that if they could prove the curvature...
Oh, shoot. Thanks, Marcus.
And no one ever collected it.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? Because Zen Garcia got sued twice for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he won both of them in Georgia. Yeah, so he won his court case. They couldn't prove that the Earth was flat or curved, or that it was moving. So he was saying that it was flat and not moving, and the guy tried to say that he could prove that it was curved and moving.
Yeah,
and no evidence.
Yeah. So
he lost twice.
Well, let me say this. I was in the Air Force, and I worked on radar equipment. And the dishes that we used to use for radar would give you a range of around, this is kind of secret, 300 miles easily.
Yeah.
Now, RF radiation travels straight. They don't curve, and gravity does not bend it, okay? Gravity does not bend it down. It goes straight and continues straight.
Where were you last week? There was a guy that said the same thing. There's a guy that comes on like a lot of these lives and says that he was a radio guy, and that's what. Oh, Level Devil.
Oh, he's
Level Devil. If you want to come back here, he said he did the same thing you did, but he said that's what made him believe that it was a globe. How? Radio waves, like you said, they go out linear. So go ahead. I'm sorry. I just think it's funny if you come back.
I mean, after 24 miles, you got to drop at 325 feet. So therefore, you're not going to get any reflections under 324 feet.
Right.
You will curve.
Right. The Pythagorean theorem says that it's 8 inches per mile squared is the formula to calculate the drop. But no one's ever done that.
What?
Sorry, my son.
What do you mean no one's ever done it?
No one's ever calculated, no one's ever shown us where they can calculate the drop, the curvature of the Earth.
You know, it's just something that you can't see. And I was talking to my mother about this, and she wants to believe me, but she thinks I'm a little overboard at the same time. but she did tell me one thing that made sense. And what she said, she goes, maybe God made it that way because he doesn't want you to know. And that rang a bell. And if you think about it, it's hard to prove. You can't prove it. We can't prove it unless we can jump in a rocket and go up where they're supposed to be going, okay? We can't prove it. We can say, yeah, there's more evidence that points to flat. And if you want to believe in the globe, you just got to believe in what they tell you or look at pictures that could be CGI, you know? I often make comments when they show the space station and they're doing tumble sets and everything. And I'm saying, look at this. They went to the moon over 50 years ago, and they're still trying to convince us that they're in space. You think about it. You know, they're doing tumble sets and playing little tricks and everything to try to prove that they're really in space. It's like, didn't y'all go to the moon 50 years ago? Why are y'all still trying to prove that y'all in space? And everybody starts jumping on me then. Oh, flat Earth asshole, you know?
Yeah, I mean, but the Earth is measured flat. So, I mean, God, Yahweh made the Earth flat. I mean, it's measured flat. Water finds its level. They do surveying, and they can plot it all together off of main sea level. It's flat. There's no curvature at all. That's like when they build, you build something, you know if you're above sea level or below sea level or at main sea level. That's why they have it.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that there are other domes on the flat Earth?
I have no idea. According to the Bible, I'd say no.
There are. We've seen maps of them.
I mean, it's just but that's just a map. That's what I'm saying. It's just a map. Like, I have no idea. I wouldn't say that. And for me, I do biblical. I'm a biblical cosmologist, so like I believe in that. So there's no mention of other ones. So for me, but a map really doesn't mean anything to me because even a globe's a map. So
want
For
to
me.
chime in real quick. I'm gonna take my leave if that's okay with you guys. Hello.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes.
Chelsey, I just wanted to thank you guys.
Oh, yeah,
very
it was
much
great.
for the invite. I was honored, and I do appreciate.
Oh yeah. No
everything.
worries.
And I'm gonna probably talk to Rob. Vikka wants me to try to get Rob on with you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Be prepared for a 12-hour show.
I know that's like
funny.
this guy. He goes out and he'll go shopping for deodorant and he'll be gone for 2 hours. Shoot,
See, but
you put him in go to get fast food, he'll be gone for 2 hours.
Yeah, but more, and then we have more followers after that. But
Yes, we do.
But we usually, I mean, it's not even flat Earth they talk about. It's
Nope.
usually the biblical text, or it's like admiralty law, or history, or some other thing.
Yeah,
Even
like I
relationships. We do a lot of, I could say, like, what we would call it. We do some kind of counselings for relationships, male and female, and men's relationships, and yeah. So we do all kinds of
Thank you,
mental
guys.
health.
God bless you, man. And Joanne, Michael, Scott,
I hope you
Rick,
come back.
Thank you. I'm very honored. Thank you.
All right. So now, Mark's gonna head
I
out.
wanted to,
Oh,
Oh, what do you want to do?
what do you want to do?
well, I wanted him to come back so he could talk about how he healed himself in the 9 months. Like I find
yeah.
that absolutely
Yeah.
He's still there.
Yeah.
He's still there. Did you hear that, Mark?
So what I am gonna do
that was a
though,
precursor to what you're gonna end with, and I'm like, oh, I'm waiting.
I am gonna cut. We are gonna cut the other streams for now, but TikTok. Everybody that's here
Everybody
on
stay on
TikTok,
panel. We're just letting these other streams. We
Stay.
stream on
stay.
like a whole bunch of different platforms. We're on
Right.
the YT, the X. We're all over the place right now. So this stay here is just like a little commercial break for us. So let's stay here for 30 seconds. Forget to join the Flat Out Truth.
Yep.
So go to flatouttruth.com, join the private community there, and you guys can see all the data, the research, the articles, the videos, and you guys as a member can add to that. So go join it while it's hot. We are making another tier, and so we're gonna have different levels to this. It's almost done. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
we're close. Yep.
We're so close. You can let Big him up.
Okay. Okay. Because sometimes he earlier he was just saying he was tapping.
Oh,
so.
okay. Yeah, he might tap a mistake. All right. So and then we got JJ.
Yes. Last but not least is make sure you guys, like he was talking about, some healing stuff. Don't forget to check out jjsgarden.com. Use the promo code TFOT for a good deal. And he does all his own homegrown hemp products, anything from hair care stuff to things that can help you with some ailments. So get a hold of him and he can help you out.
All right. So thanks for joining us. Everybody on TikTok, stay put. We'll be right back. I am Paulino B Michael.
I'm Chelsey B Michael.
As always, be safe.
Be well.
And that's the flat out truth.
All the things you sharing with me.